Hey guys, this is Grant from MadRat. How can I help you today? So today I wanted to talk about perfectionism. Now I know I look pretty perfect right now, but I had to look at myself in the mirror a couple of times, be like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. But then I come to work and I'm like, man, I could have been a little earlier here if I hadn't just keep reaching for the stars. I don't think reaching for the stars is bad, and I don't think the investment on time is bad for that, because if you look presentable, people will respect you. People respect you, that's power. And at the same time, I also have a issue with perfect. You see, I like to do a lot of things. I like to organize. I like to put things into place. I like to build systems. I like to just create the most optimal standards that one could ever choose because my brain works like that. It's always worked like that. My room's always been clean. My organized space has always been organized. Everything that I do seems to be clean. However, s- since I've started working, I had tried to maintain that level of standards for as long as I could. And what I mean by that is trying to maintain the best of my ability to maintain perfection any chance that I get. And now it is becoming more of an impossible task. I still want to make sure that I use my brain to its full capacity. Just like I said previously, I'm all those things. But life is starting to get way more complicated. Life is starting to become way more busy. My time is always eaten up, and I am losing a lot of time to refresh and do nothing. I think one of the ultimate goals in life is to just do nothing. However, that is a long-term goal that could come right now. It's just you have to kind of tell the difference between work and nothing. Nothing is basically living your life in the way you want to. And I know that's a big difference between nothing and, doing things, but nothing doesn't have to be just sitting around. It just means that you are doing what you want when you want, and that's kinda how I want to live my life. Um, but perfectionism is the opposite of nothing. It is sacrificing yourself for the betterment of others or the world in a way that completely stops you from moving. Nothing means that you can roam the world. Perfect means that you're stuck in one place trying to maintain something that's never going to be perfect forever. And now, like, how do I say this? I used to want to be perfect because I'm autistic. I know I'm not supposed to be revealing those cards, because, people could use that against me. But the thing is it means a lot to you guys to know why I was perfect, trying to be perfect, at least. I, always, was told that I needed to be better. I was always told that I needed to basically not act like, a weirdo or a child or somebody who's cringe. That was a good one in my teen years. And in my 20s, I always needed these reality checks. I was never able to not be perfect. I was never able to be somebody that I wanted to be. People wanted me to be perfect. A lot of people did. And I'm not going to name any names, but I strived for perfection so much. And the worst part is it was a fruitless effort. Honestly, a lot of me wishes I could go back to that person who never even tried at all, because I would be free. But it's too late. I have standards, I have principles, and those are things I'm willing to maintain. However, I want to commit something to myself, as the sun shines on me, of course. I would like to commit to a new life where I can do and be as I please. I can basically break free from that perfectionism and realize that good is just enough. And that no more will I answer to the people who try to make me any more than I already am. And at the same time, I want to lower my standards just a little bit so that people don't always expect constant perfectionism from me. I love how I'm saying this. The light is just freaking like touching me like, ah, you know. But yeah, this way was when light wasn't touching me. I'm tired of just being trying to be perfect. I think I'm beautiful just the way I am, and I definitely want to be myself. And I'm a lot of things. I'm a good organizer, but I don't want to be a perfect organizer. Okay? I want to put things in their place, but I don't want to obsess about where they go. I want to make sure that I clean my area all the time, but just know if I have bigger things planned, then, I have to prioritize them first. I can't act like my life is just one constant sandcastle because the ocean is always near. And you cannot grow a sandcastle unless you're near the water or you bring a bucket of water. And I'm wanting to bring that bucket of water to me so that I can make sandcastles anywhere instead of just letting the sandcastle ride in the most perfect place where it could be. Because a good sandcastle is one that can stick around forever, one that is off of the ocean. That's a good sandcastle. But a perfect sandcastle is one that's huge, but because you have more water, but it doesn't stand, it goes away. I hope that's a good metaphor because I just totally improvised that. I think the other thing that perfectionism done is it held me back from a lot of things I've wanted to do in my life because I needed them to be perfect. I wanted to write a book, a huge book, but I never was able to find the perfect way to do it. My art was one of the things I never wanted to be perfect on, and that was why I did a bunch of it, because art was a creative outlet. With the trading cards that I sell, I used to want to make everything in the right place in the right time, and so everybody could get what they want when they want it. That was based off a childhood memory that I had where I got a Yu-Gi-Oh card just right where I needed it. But that was a perfect moment I held on to. That was a perfect moment. And even the Legos that I built, I mean, they were instruction manuals for a perfect set. Everything had to be in the right place. Now, perfect and principles are two different things. I have principles, I have standards. My biggest principle is that I like quality. Quality food, quality environments, quality experiences, right? I'm moving away from the sun because the sun is like fucking killing me right now. Quality everything is the best thing that I like. So you see my back, you see my desk. I want to maintain quality. Um, I want people to enjoy quality of life standards. But I'm not going to be just treating them like it always has to be a month before Christmas or any holiday that you gotta decorate, because holidays don't last forever. I wanna build something, I wanna build a structure and just go, "Okay, until I get a lot of complaints about it, this is fine," you know? And even if people complain, I must use that constructive criticism and, of course, apply it, but if it doesn't work out, then it's already okay. I think a lot of people in the modern age, especially with all the video essays that they do, I think that they try to perfect everybody. They compare and contrast, and they add their opinion into something. Now, I am guilty of the same thing. It's a fun thing to do. And I'm not gonna just say, "Oh, I'm never gonna have an opinion on somebody because I don't wanna fix them." But this is more of a call to action for myself. I need to stop worrying about comparison because if I keep comparing myself, I will never be able to keep looking inward and trying to be my best self in my own way. And when you are your best self in your own way, you can be the best self you can be for other people. So I will commit to, from now on, you know, not trying to criticize myself for every little thing, giving myself more breaks, putting more time investment into little things so that they can build just a little bit and call it a day when I'm ready to call it a day because there are other things in life I want to do and perfectionism has been stopping me. And I would like to thank my boss for opening my eyes to that. If I'm always perfect, then I'm never going to be good. And I hope that people get that message. And I hope I just didn't spiral. I'm not sure. But anyways, guys, if you like the topics of today's video, please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe. I know that things have been looking weird on my channel. It's not Pokemon TCG anymore, but you know what? Be yourself, right? Have a wonderful day.